Hello and welcome to the Elevator Pitch, hosted by yours truly, Sam Borders.
And Trace Maloney, the show where we create two movies and pitch them head-to-head against each other. For those of you who don't know, an elevator pitch is a short description or plot of a movie so it can be pitched to executives in a clear way. And right before we jump into it, real quick, leave a gosh dang rating on this podcast if you can.
You know who you are.
Share it with your friends. We'd love to hear what you have to say, and we'd love to hear what your friends have to say. Even if they're really stinky, we can't tell because we're podcasting, and they're not here with us.
Yeah.
Unless they are, and that's a little creepy. And
they're here with us in spirit.
They're here with us in spirit, but I can't smell spirits.
I can smell ghosts.
Oh, shit. Okay. That's crazy. Let's get into it, though.
We got spin wheels.
Yeah, we're gonna spin. We're gonna spin our genre wheel twice to determine our movie's genre.
Yes.
And we're gonna spin our movie star wheel twice to determine the two stars of the film. And maybe we might get a little crazy with the wheels later. We don't know. We'll just kind of.
It's hard to tell.
Just kind of go with it. But yeah, let's go ahead and get in this. Let's go ahead and get into this.
Yeah.
Okay.
So what's our first one?
Our first genre is a musical.
A musical.
It's going to be a musical. We haven't had one of those in a while.
Number two.
What we pair with this musical is going to be...
Number two is...
Sci-fi. A sci-fi musical. It's interesting. I can't even think of an example of one of those off the top of my head.
I guess we'll figure it out.
We'll figure it out. Okay. Our first star of this sci-fi musical is going to be...
Who?
Chris Hemsworth.
Chris Hemsworth.
What a hunk, am I right?
Okay.
And his co-star is going to be... Christopher Walken.
Yeah.
We've got the two Chris's.
It's Chris time.
It's Chris time, baby.
It's Christmas.
That's gonna be the title. Okay, so we've got a music.
I think we just might have hit something.
A sci-fi musical.
Well, Chris time. It's about time travel.
So they have to both. Okay, what if we did...
Okay, how about this? I'm coming at you with some crazy ideas already.
Okay.
What if Christopher Walken is Chris Hemsworth from the future come back to him, or vice versa?
Chris Hemsworth is older Christopher Walken.
No. What about this, though?
I'd like that if they were... more similar looking, like, in any way.
It had like similar accents.
Yeah, and talked the same. Even if Chris Hemsworth was from America, he would not talk like Christopher Walken.
No.
And I don't know how good his Christopher Walken impression would be. Now, I liked that. Now, when I originally said Chris Time is going to be the name of the movie, that was a joke.
I mean, I don't know. That probably won't be the name. But time travel is a sci-fi.
Wait.
Okay.
The moment you said that, or the moment we kind of went down this path, I thought of like kind of a Curb Your Enthusiasm style, like where they're playing an exaggerated version of themselves.
Oh, so it is...
So it's literally Christopher Walken and Chris Hemsworth. But not them.
Okay.
And maybe, I like the time travel point. That's how we get the sci-fi. Well,
that's how you get the sci-fi.
Yeah, because I don't want to do aliens again.
We did aliens.
We've done aliens. We don't need them anymore. Get out. This is our planet.
Is like a post-apocalyptic movie? That's kind of sci-fi, right?
I feel like post-apocalypse is its own genre.
Do we have it on the wheel, though?
Well, good point. I guess here's my question: is Mad Max sci-fi?
No.
Okay.
Thank you.
Post-apocalypse. So maybe we'll add that on the wheel.
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, time travel. I like time travel.
Yeah. Now here's question number 2 for this premise you brought up.
Yeah.
How the hell does Hollywood actors Chris Hemsworth and Christopher Walken get a hold of a time machine?
Here's the thing, Sam. Here's the thing, is we have so much to fill into this movie. There's not only 2 Chris's, a sci-fi plot, a musical premise, but now we have to figure out a way for them to figure out time travel. Which I'm not saying that both of them are not smart, but I don't think either of them are on the intelligence level of breaking time travel.
Maybe they aren't themselves.
Okay. So Chris Time, out of here. That movie's name, out.
It's unfortunately gone. It cannot be done. It'll be something time.
Something time.
Maybe they'll both be named Justin, and it could be Justin Time.
That's pretty fucking good. Maybe not both of them. Maybe. Because they said they're never going to reboot Back to the Future. We do it for them, but without doing it for them.
You know, Christopher Walken would make a decent mad scientist, I think.
We just kind of update it. And we bring in someone who we know is going to bring in the crowds. Thor.
That's right.
Or the guy from Click. Whichever one you think of... Like, when you think of Christopher Walken or Chris Hemsworth, whichever one you think of first, that's,
I prefer to think of
roles.
Christopher Walken from 9 Lives.
I don't even know what the hell that is. Is that a movie where there's a talking cat?
Yes.
Okay.
Voiced by a particular actor.
A particular actor who did some bad things.
Who did some oopsies.
He did some big bad things. He's a horrible person.
It's Kevin Spacey.
Yeah, it's Kevin Spacey. Fuck you, Kevin Spacey. I know you're listening.
I know you listen to all our episodes.
I know you really want to get in on this just-in-time action, but you're not allowed, you nasty fucking pervert.
No.
Okay.
Okay.
Just in time. That's great.
So he's like a mad scientist kind of guy, or kind of a wacky. How are we gonna do this?
Are we doing a Back to the Future?
I mean, we could. Maybe not like. Maybe just inspired by, like kind of that.
Well, it couldn't be like a beat for beat, because then that's obviously plagiarism.
Well, yeah, I know, but.
Like, instead of a DeLorean, maybe they're on a time-traveling helicopter. It's a vehicle.
That's not quite what I meant.
But it's different enough.
The characters are more kind of vaguely based on. And
oh, yeah. So...
Maybe.
So, Christopher Walken's playing a character named Dr. Schmimmich Brown. And Chris Hemsworth is Schmarty Schmick Schmy.
Let me just say, I loved that first name.
Schmimmet. Schmimmet Schmrown.
No. What's their dynamic? Are they father, son? I almost said father, daughter.
Father-daughter.
Are they father-son? Are they mentor-mentee?
I think
weird uncle, nephew?
I think we want to steal enough from Back to the Future
where it'll be successful.
Where it'll be where people might get confused, like where you're.
Oh no, we're not doing that. We're not.
No,
trying to
I think it's gonna be. I think it's got to be close enough to Back to the Future where someone's 80-year-old grandma is gonna say, "Oh, my little boy loves this movie."
I don't want to make an asylum film.
But why not?
Transmorphers.
Okay, fine. I think mentor-mentee. I like your idea of going kind of inspired by.
So maybe Chris Hemsworth
think about the fact that this is also a musical.
We'll get to it. We gotta iron this out first.
Okay.
We're trying to get to characters now.
Mentor mentee.
Okay.
Chris Hemsworth.
Maybe they're at a university. So he's like a physics professor.
He's Chris Hemsworth is a foreign exchange student from Australia.
That's very good. That way he doesn't have to do an accent.
Even though he's like 40 years old or something. He's old now.
I mean, hey, nothing wrong with going back to school.
That's true. I don't mean to judge anyone. I didn't even think about that possibility. Okay.
Maybe he was like a mathematician or something, and then he was like, I don't know, what about this physics stuff?
Or he's a brand new professor.
Yeah, maybe that'd be good. And then they build a time machine together.
Yeah, it's got to be physics, because I feel like you're kind of playing with the laws of physics when it comes to time travel.
Yeah, you got Malthenorns.
Yeah, in a Schmoblorian. Wait a minute. You built a Schmine machine out of a Schmoblorian? Once the Schmlady hit Schmlady Schmlate miles. You're gonna Schmlee Schmleria Schmlit. Oh God, what I would give to see that version.
Okay.
Okay. So yeah, mentor mentee. He's like a brand new professor. He's gonna be teaching at like the University of Sydney, but maybe there's a summer program of some sort.
Maybe he's just in the U.S. Maybe he knew him from. Maybe he was an old professor of his. Goes back to see him.
Goes to see him. Says, "Hey, I need some help."
He says, "Good eye, mate."
Good eye, mate. That's not a knife.
He just starts rattling him off.
He's just Crocodile Dundee. Back to the Future meets Crocodile Dundee, also a musical.
Yeah. Okay.
So it's
maybe
like
we should start thinking about.
It's like musicals. A double fish out of water, because you got the fish out of water for an Australian in America, and then the fish out of water of two people from the present and either the future or the past.
Okay. Now here's the next question.
Yeah.
We know they're dynamic.
Yeah.
We know their characters, kind of.
Yeah.
Where are they going in time?
I feel like the past is always easier.
Yes.
Because predicting the future, like, Back to the Future 2 is really corny now. Because, like, Biff, or whatever his name is in Back to the Future 2, he has, like a, it almost looks like a flower pot on his head, like, during the movie. And you're like, that's not what we wear, what we wore in 2015. There was like Jaws 43, and you're like, this is not it.
This isn't how that works.
So I think the past is always the easiest, because whenever they hit that year and they watch that movie, they're not going, this is kind of cringe.
Yeah, okay, so when do we want to go back to?
I feel like the 80s. Everyone's cashing in on 80s nostalgia nowadays.
How about this? What if we get ahead of the curve? Go back to the 90s.
That's true. I think everyone was cashing in on the 80s nostalgia because that was 30 years ago, but it's not 30 years ago anymore.
Now the 90s are. We got to go back to the 90s.
Now the 90s are.
We got those cups with the design on the side. You know it. You can picture it.
Wait, the cups?
Yeah, right? Okay, now I'm crazy. They got that, cups? Like, painted design?
Oh, I know what you're saying.
Yeah,
like
you know
the blue and purple.
Yeah, it's like a squiggle, kind of.
I love that design. So, yeah, they're going to the 90s. What are they going to the 90s for? Something. Just because.
Maybe... Okay, so... How old would Chris Hemsworth be in the 90s?
Oh, God. Chris.
He's 37. He'd be pretty young.
So that means he was born in 83.
Yeah.
When it hit 1990, he was 7.
Yeah, so it would just be high school stuff. Or middle school.
Yeah. Maybe we age him up a little bit.
Well, what's Christopher Walken up to?
Like, how old is he? Is that what you're asking?
Yeah, that's kind of what I'm asking. See, now he's a lot older.
He is definitely a lot older, I would say.
No offense to Mr. Walken, but you are 40 years older.
So how? Well, that 30 years ago, he would have been 47.
Yeah. Okay, so what in their lives could they need to change? Or want to change?
What if... So of course, Chris Hemsworth's character, this is what I'm thinking. Chris Hemsworth's character doesn't help build the time machine.
Okay.
It's kind of like that Marty McFly, like you built a time machine out of a DeLorean?
Well, I was going to say, what about this? He didn't build it. Christopher Walken did. And what has happened is Christopher Walken has been going back in the past to try and fix something. And he's been continually changing things. And he's messed everything up so much. And he needs somebody to come back with him and fix it.
Huh.
And then it's kind of like a comedy. It's got a little bit of comedy aspect where they're like trying not to mess any more up.
Kind of like a little butterfly effect thing too.
And they'll every once in a while come back to the future and it'll be like a lot worse because of what they've been doing.
There's like Hitler 2 or something.
Yeah.
Chris Hemsworth's character is really a big fan of like Nirvana, and he goes to like help Kurt Cobain, and then Kurt Cobain doesn't die, but then he like sells out or something, or maybe he just becomes really evil. I don't know. I don't want to shit on his legacy, but
hold on. I don't want to do Kurt Cobain, but what if they do something in the past to somebody, and he comes back through the time machine to the past to get them while they're in the past.
Time machine is hard.
Time machine is fun though.
It is fun. It's just hard.
So they wrong someone in the past, and then whenever in the future he walks by somehow miraculously.
I don't even know what you're saying.
I'm just throwing out ideas.
What if we do kind of like a Bill and Ted thing?
I haven't seen any of those movies. I'm sorry.
You don't know? Do you know the premise of the first one?
They go back in time and get a bunch of historical figures, right?
Who's some famous physics people?
Why would they want them though?
I don't know.
I'm just asking. Also, in the 90s.
No, what if we drop the 90s thing?
Okay.
We could. We're just playing with time travel.
Yeah. Well, we got to get to the musical soon.
Yeah, okay. We'll stick with the 90s. I was just thinking out loud.
No, I understand.
I was like, what if they go see Isaac Newton? But no.
Maybe that could be a song sequence where he's like showing him the time machine and they're going back to all these different times.
Oh, that's like a song montage type deal.
Yeah.
We could go see Isaac Newton.
And see and this person and that person and da-da-da-da-da.
And they're rattling off scientists, Marie
and
Curie and this guy and other people.
And it's got like a fact thrown in about each of them.
That would be cool. I'd love to see Christopher Walken sing that. See, now I was thinking,
okay,
the thing that Christopher Walken was building the time machine for was maybe there was a horrible accident that his wife had, and she passed away in the 90s, and maybe he's going to prevent that accident.
Maybe it was something to do with like messing up their relationship.
Or yeah, maybe he got too dedicated to his work, and that's where the conflict comes from. So okay. We broke it. We finally cracked it.
But wait, hold on. Let me just throw something in real quick. What if it's real petty and it's like he peed himself one time in front of some people?
Regardless of what it is, that does not matter right now.
Okay.
That's the conflict. That's the go back in time and accidentally get George McFly to not fuck my mom. He goes back and he fixes what he did wrong. They stay married, but they stay married and he becomes less of a scientist. So they go to the future again, to the present, and he's not a scientist anymore. So neither of them, or maybe like they like get back in whatever their time machine is. He's not a scientist, and like Chris Hemsworth is like, well, maybe he'll still be a scientist. I don't think Christopher Walken's character was the only thing that kept him from becoming or that made him become a physicist.
I mean, it'd be pretty funny for him to be like something really crazy though, if they came back to the time machine.
This is where we get the Dick's Sporting Goods advertisement in, and he works at Dick's Sporting Goods.
That's so random.
Well, we gotta.
Someone's gotta pay for this movie.
Yeah, someone's gotta pay for it.
Okay,
but
that's not a bad idea.
Because that's where and now there's like the whole internal conflict that Christopher Walken maybe has a beautiful love ballad, or not a love ballad, just kind of like a beautiful ballad. Where he's like, it's raining outside, he's got his hand against the window, and he's got to decide if he wants to be happy. Well, he figured out, okay.
Well, here's the only problem.
Yeah.
If he didn't become a scientist, how did he make time travel?
Here's the thing, Sam. When you start to look at a time travel story too closely, it doesn't work anymore.
Well, because what I was imagining is that they walk back through and then the new reality takes over and basically the time machine disappears. Mm-hmm. But then you're like, then he has to choose, and it's like, I don't think there's a way to go back on this one. Maybe that's part of this movie now, is they have to go find another time machine.
Just make one? They can make one.
But he's not a scientist anymore.
Well, then that's another funny bit, is there's like a montage of them stealing the equipment from like the government in this alternative reality.
This is a crazy movie.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm fine with that.
Okay. So
where can we get some songs? We've got one where he's showing him around.
There's always an introduction song.
Yeah. What's that one? Maybe it's the university. I don't know.
Yeah, it's like a university.
And then we've got we've got lots of people.
Cool dance number on the quad. Yeah. And it like transitions to science room. Yeah. Or lab, as they properly call them.
Science room.
And this is where we meet Professor, or Doctor. He would be a doctor.
Dr. Professor.
Dr. Professor.
Scott Evil Jr.
Esquire. No. Doctor.
What's his name?
Yeah, we had to get the name in.
Physics.
Dr. Physics. He was kind of destined to do this, wasn't he? Brown.
Einstein.
We could do like what those kind of crappy horror movies do, where they pick like they're like, oh, and this is the Romero house, or this is the Lovecraft house, where he's literally just like Edison, or no. What's just like a professor or doctor? Sorry, Dr. Michaels.
Sure.
Dr. Sure.
Dr. Sure. No, Michaels is good.
It's like, it's just a name.
That's good. I'm good with that. Doctor.
Dr. Butts, but with a Z.
He's Dr. Seymour Butts.
I am Seymour. Seymour Butts. Seymour Butts. I forgot he was Christopher Walken for a second.
Shooby-doo.
One reality, they come back and he's an orangutan.
Yeah. Maybe that should be one of them, too. When they're trying to fix it and they're not doing it right, they keep coming back and strange things are happening.
Yeah, he's an orangutan.
So we have that. That stays.
Yeah. Well, let's not get ahead of ourselves. Dr. Michaels.
Dr. Michaels.
So, and intro song. Meet Dr. Michaels.
And Bruce.
Bruce. No, it's Justin.
Oh, yeah, Justin. Well.
Just in time.
Yeah. Is he the main character, though?
They're co-stars.
I guess that's true.
He's gonna be the real money maker here. Like, you know.
What, you saying Christopher Walken can't bring in the crowd?
I don't think as much anymore. Like, if you were to, okay. Let me put.
Don't
this
ask me. Don't say, Sam. Would you? You have to phrase it differently. If you were the average moviegoer.
If you're the average moviegoer in today, who would you rather go see in a movie? Hunky Chris Hemsworth or old Chris?
This is so mean.
I feel like I elderly shame a lot.
You do, like a lot. Me personally, I would love to go see the new Christopher Walken time travel musical.
You're fucking lying, though. Is you're lying.
What do you mean?
I know you would rather go see the new Thor movie than you would rather see the new Christopher Walken flick.
The new Christopher Walken musical time travel movie?
Well, they're both in this one. So there's no choice.
I guess that's true.
You just go see it.
I would go see that, though.
So do we want to do Just in Time, or is his name Bruce, and now we're just being disrespectful to Australians? Bruce in Time.
No, let's do Justin. That's
Bruce good. Martin, and it's Martin Time.
No, Justin's good, and we'll call it Just in Time.
All right. There's like a scene, like, you know, like in Raiders of the Lost Ark, where he's teaching, and the student closes their eyes and says, "I love you." No, but yeah, he's teaching, and then after class, like right before the end of class, Justin shows up.
He comes in.
Or he like knocks on the door. I don't think he's polite. He's a polite fella. Dr. Michael sees him and goes, "Oh, class dismissed," and they talk. Mm-hmm. Maybe they like go get lunch together to catch up. And they're talking. You know, Justin saying like, I wanted to come. Oh, I wanted to come back and see my favorite professor." Sound like Chris Hemsworth sounds like.
No, he doesn't.
But he's saying stuff like that. It's just like a lunch scene. Okay, how does Dr. Michaels say, "I have a time machine"? Come by my lab tonight. I want to show you something. Then I don't think he was hitting on me.
He's like, I know what that means.
I've been through this road a couple of times. Regardless, we don't get into the finer details.
That's not what we do here. We've got a few songs.
Yeah, so he comes back to the lab.
Maybe there is a love ballad between him and his wife.
But they've been divorced for 30 years.
Yeah, but doesn't he fix it?
Oh, you meant later. I was going to like kind of
not like quickly, right then. No,
I was going to quickly go through the movie real quick.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I was trying to get more songs in. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Okay, so they go back to the lab at a certain point.
Pulls the tarp off it.
Pulls the tarp. What is it like? It has to be like. It's got to be a design, a DeLorean, or a phone booth, or a police box, which is just a phone booth.
What's something that would be on a campus?
One of those like emergency boxes. Pick up the phone and press this button if someone's like breaking the law or coming to kill you.
And then it warps you back in time.
It takes you into time. No.
What if it's a bus stop?
Time travel bus.
Time travel bus. What if it's a bus?
What if it's not a design? I know I said the design
You
thing,
did say design.
But what if it's just like a cool machine?
What if it's a shower?
Like one of those decontamination showers? Pull the lever, get traveled back into time?
Yeah.
That'd be neat. I guess. I don't know.
I don't know. Well, let's just have it be a machine then.
Okay, it's just a time machine.
Maybe it's like a portal. It's like a circle.
Like a Stargate.
Yeah, basically.
Okay, so they go back in time.
And they're doing their song where he's showing how the time machine works.
Yeah, because he doesn't, on the first trip, he doesn't take him back to go fix his marital problems.
Yeah.
Yeah. They're doing their little song montage. This is Mary Carey, and she is very curious.
You fucking idiot.
I'm not a songwriter, okay? I've taken many a shot and have yet to strike gold, so don't hold me to this one.
I think you did strike gold.
It's pretty good.
That is pretty good. But yeah.
A time machine. There's like 3 renditions of that song. Oh my god. Okay.
Lordy.
They come back.
He's like, wow, holy crap.
Holy crap.
Turns into Peter Griffin.
Turns into Peter Griffin.
We get Seth MacFarlane.
That's when they come back from the 90s.
He's a janitor.
They come back and it's just Seth MacFarlane's there.
Oh, he's a janitor. He's like, holy crap, is that a time machine?
Holy crap, Dr. Michaels. That's pretty funny. Okay, they go back. They come back. There's like I don't know. Oh, there's like a song where he's explaining about his wife. They go back again. He's like, okay, I'll help you. I'll help you fix your problems.
Yeah.
They go back again, and maybe there's a love song between him and his wife because he fixes the problem.
I feel like we're skipping like most of the movie.
Well, we're in Act 2. This is the first time he goes back before he has to go back to fix the fact that he fixed his marital situation.
Yeah, unfix something.
Where he has to unfix. Okay. So they have the love song.
How about what if it's they're not entirely happy even now after he's fixed it, so that there's like a strain between the two. Because the way it sounds now is like, do I want to be a scientist or do I want to have a happy life with my wife?
That's true. Well, maybe he feels more fulfilled by being.
So the question then is, do I want to be a lonely scientist who has value in his work, or do I want to be with someone but not entirely happy?
So are you saying like maybe she is
it's time travel divorce, basically.
She's kind of what if we make it a little easier to where when they like in her aged version of herself, she becomes kind of mean. And he spends like a couple days with her, and he's like, "This isn't what I remember it being."
I don't know if mean. I think it should just be not right or something. I don't know.
Or he's thinking about 30 years ago when they were kind of in this honeymoon stage, puppy love.
Yeah, they kind of like maybe it was for the best in the end type of thing.
And now it's like boring. It's monotonous.
At least he had time adventures with his good friend Justin.
Just in time.
And maybe he realizes he wasn't alone and he had his friends.
He had his friend. The real value, the real treasure was the friends we made along the way.
Like that
he
janitor.
says at the end. like janitor Seth MacFarlane.
He's in the movie now.
Yeah, he's in the movie.
Hey, he can sing.
He can sing.
He should have a musical number.
I'm the janitor. And this is my song.
What if... Okay, here's a crazy thought.
Yeah.
What if Seth MacFarlane is the antagonist?
We're really late in the making of this movie to be throwing new wrenches in the wheels.
Okay, I know we're really late into this. We're about to wrap up. But what if he sees they have a time machine? He's like, oh, I can go back and do something. And then he messes everything up.
I can go back. I can go back in time and save Germany's Third Reich.
No!
He's a secret Nazi all along.
I don't want him to be a secret Nazi. I don't want him to be the antagonist like that. I just mean like he accidentally messes something up. That was just a thought. We don't have to keep it. Let's not keep it.
Okay. He does still get his own song.
He does get a song, though.
This is the janitor song. It'll be the best song.
You're really good at writing songs.
Very curious. And she is very curious. Come on, that was fucking great.
And the janitor song?
Followed up Murray Curie's song with the janitor song. Oh.
Okay. And then now they have to build the time machine.
Again.
Which they do still... He's still a physicist, yeah?
He's Justin. An ex-physicist. Oh, Justin? Oh.
Yeah.
Yes. I'd say so.
Maybe he does something while he's in the past that causes him not to be a physicist either.
He, like, sees...
he sees young him somehow.
No, because he's studying over here.
Oh, yeah.
No, wait, no. He would have been, like, 7 or something.
He would have been, like, in high school.
Or something. We don't know.
It depends what year of the 90s we come back to.
Yeah.
So, no. We can't do that.
Yeah, he's still a physicist, I guess. But because
maybe he dropped out because
his favorite physicist
wasn't there.
Quit being a physicist. He said
so. He has some rough knowledge.
Yeah, he's like, and Christopher Walken, Dr. Michaels is still a physicist. He's an ex-physicist.
He was a physicist.
I don't think physics has changed in 30 years that much.
I don't know. Physics.
Maybe he's just a little rusty.
Yeah, so we've got some knowledge from someone who was a student and some residual knowledge from someone who was a professor.
Yeah. Justin, like, they travel back into this new future or this new present, and he goes, I don't remember anything about physics, really. Like, that's a whole thing.
I'd like them to be wearing their new clothes for, like, whatever they are. Like, as they step through.
Justin's a janitor now, too.
Oh, my God.
Now the janitor song reprise.
I'm the janitor.
The janitor.
But it's slowed down and in a minor key.
No, I'm the janitor. It's operatic. It's like poetry. It rhymes.
He's quite George Lucas. I did. We get the janitor working. He's a funny character than we've had before.
I'm laughing too hard. I don't even fucking hear what you're saying.
I said if we get the janitor working, he's a funnier character.
Oh. And then
how does it end? He fixes it?
He fixes
and maybe,
it.
How about this? What if he rediscovers love in some other way in his new present life, and so it's like, oh, it did work out in the end anyway.
Yeah,
or whatever.
He finds a new fulfillment. Because he built a time machine, he gets a Nobel Prize.
Yeah, or maybe he just realized, like you said, it was the friends he made along the way.
That's if that's the message, that is the last line of the movie. If the message is it doesn't matter, it doesn't matter what you do as long as you have friends, then he says the journey wasn't about my wife, it was about the friends we made along the way, and then cut to credits. Maybe he sings it.
Freeze frame ending.
Freeze frame. They jump in the air together.
Yeah. Freeze. Oh, that's very 90s.
That is.
Oh, God.
Okay, we already know the title, so...
I guess that's true.
Yeah.
We can jump into the next one.
Just in time. Let's just go ahead and jump into the next one.
Oh, my God.
All right. First genre for this second movie is...
First genre is...
Fantasy.
Fantasy.
I
don't think we've done fantasy.
No, we haven't.
How's that possible?
Well... I don't know how random these wheels...
I think it's plenty positive, actually. We've only done 8 of these.
That is true. It is definitely possible.
What's the next one?
Okay, the next genre is going
Two.
to be. Can't be a musical, damn it.
No, we can't do that.
It's going to be a crime.
Fantasy crime?
Crime fantasy.
Fantasy crime is the funniest thing I've ever said.
I've done a fantasy crime.
It's not real.
It's made up. I did a made up crime.
It's a fake crime.
In my head, I killed someone.
Yeah, so a fantasy crime movie.
Starring.
Don't
get ahead of yourself, buddy.
I'm sorry.
Fantasy crime movie starring Meryl Streep.
Okay.
Have we done her before?
We put her in the Mario movie.
Oh, yeah. Wait, did we put her in or did we spin her in?
No, we put her in.
Okay. Okay, Meryl Streep and Ryan Gosling.
Interesting.
All right, right off the bat, I'm getting the dynamic. She's a queen, he's a knight, or something. He's like maybe a rogue.
Yeah.
She's definitely a queen because she is. I'm Z-snapping real quick. A boss bitch. So she's definitely a queen.
What does crime movie mean?
Let me look it up real quick. Like, what is a crime movie? I'm seeing a lot of gangster movies. Apparently the Joker movie is a crime movie. I think any movie that centers around crime,
A criminal?
Or a criminal or a crime or has a crime in the title. What if it's a movie called Fantasy Crime but it has nothing to do with crime?
And fantasy.
Or fantasy. It's just like a regular movie.
It's a crime to fantasy that it's not that.
Yeah. So I'm seeing a lot of the common thing for a crime movie is gangster, like The Irishman, heist movies such as Logan Lucky or Ocean's movies.
Okay. I think I get the picture.
Or murder movies.
Okay.
Or drugs. Anything that has to do with crime. So fantasy crime is what we're dealing with. What's
a fantasy crime?
I don't know. Like the immediate thing, like when I think of a fantasy criminal, the immediate person I think of is Robin Hood.
Okay.
Because he is a fantasy criminal. Now, here's the thing. I
thought you were gonna say a goblin, but
a goblin. Robin Hood is in the public domain, so that's why they make like 30 of those movies every year, is because no one can tell them they can't. Like, they don't have to buy licensing.
So we're going to make the Ryan Gosling Robin Hood movie?
We could. That's just an idea I'm throwing out on the table.
Okay. Fantasy.
Now, another thing I'm thinking of is it has to do... Okay, so... Fantasy, of course, is... Sorry, I had to yawn. Fantasy, of course, is like kind of a Tolkien version type deal.
Yeah. Dwarves and elves and shit.
Now, here's the question. Do we want to do like a modern fantasy, like that Pixar movie?
No.
What was that fucking movie called?
Onward?
I almost said Wanted. Onward.
That's not right.
That was a good movie, though. So we're sticking medieval fantasy.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. Just wanted to see if we wanted to take a weird angle. Let's make this one easy. We had a hard one last time. Let's make this one easy.
I guess we could do modern.
No. I'm just saying, like, do we?
So how do we get elves and dwarves and stuff in a modern time?
Well, they're just people. I feel like that's a little bit more boring.
Okay.
if we don't have like creative things like the movie Onward, then it's just going to be boring. Like they're just literally.
We could just rip Onward off. Except
this is
they
the
do
new
crimes.
animated. This is the new animated. This is the rated R Onward, starring Meryl Streep and Ryan Gosling.
They kill a person and they're on the run.
There's murder involved.
Okay.
What if it's a Shakespeare play? His are technically fantasy because of the witches and such.
And there's certainly crime with all the killing.
There's a lot of crime. No. Okay. So she's a queen.
Do we want to tie it down so soon?
I think so, because I just had a great idea. She hires an assassin to kill her husband, the king.
Hijinks ensues.
Hijinks ensues. It's funny. This one's a goofy movie.
It's literally a goofy movie.
It's literally the goofy movie.
We get Mickey.
Ryan Gosling is goofy.
Yeah, we get
But
Pete.
this time it's old times and he kills someone. Goofy Movie 3 before Goofy Movie is what it's called. Great title.
Goofy
We got
Movie
it.
3, except there's no Goofy and it's not anything to do with it.
Except for we are not affiliated with Walt Disney. And then the cover art is literally just the Goofy Movie. Okay, we have to get on track. As
Okay, so
funny as that is.
Assassin.
Okay, wait, what were you saying? Sorry.
So she hires an assassin?
I was thinking, like, what if... So she's the queen. You know, when you think of medieval times, there's a lot of killing.
There's a lot of killing. Yes.
There's a lot of usurping. There's a lot of coups. What if she is trying to overthrow her own husband?
Okay.
I don't know if you don't like this idea or what, but you do not sound gung-ho.
No, it's fine. I'm just trying to figure out where we're going to go with it, though.
Okay. Hijinks ensues.
In the Goofy Movie.
So maybe the part of the first act is the whole groundwork.
I feel like we're missing a little fantasy, too.
Well, that's what I'm getting to. Well, he's not just going to be a human, or she's not going to. One of them's like an elf. We're not going to make them like walk on their knees and be a dwarf or something. You know, that would be good.
Ryan Gosling dwarf.
Or I guess we would do what they did for The Hobbit and just green screen Ryan Gosling into everything. So the setup. There's the setup to the whole thing, because we have to make sure that we know that, like, it's not a loving marriage, so we don't hate one of our leads.
Well, she could be the bad guy.
I guess that's true, but I was thinking it's like an arranged marriage, and like this king is not a good king. Maybe he's, and I'm saying this in the fantasy version, he's racist, like he doesn't like gnomes.
Well, okay, I just had a thought.
Okay.
What if Ryan Gosling is an assassin?
Okay.
He is hired to kill the king by the queen, Meryl Streep.
Okay.
She turns on him, gets him thrown in jail.
Double cross.
The old double cross.
She's trying to gain more power. She says, "I saved you, husband."
Yeah.
She's trying to get her foot in that door.
Or she doesn't want any loose ends. One or the other.
Oh, so he does kill her. Or
yeah,
he does kill
him.
And then she
Maybe.
says...
Or how about extra double twist?
She goes, "Jacques Hughes." She just
he goes in
that.
to kill him. He's already dead.
She already killed him.
And now it's just she's pinning it on him.
Oh my god.
Boom.
So she's the villain.
And now it's a revenge plot.
Now it's John Wick.
Yes, but in fantasy times with Ryan Gosling.
We've definitely filled
and his
the
dwarf
crime
friend
role.
and his elf friend and his gnome friend.
Yes. Okay.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
I love this movie. Okay. So I still think that so this part of Act 1, this first part, where there's the setup, the introduction to the fantasy world, We're focusing on one of them as children. Should we focus more on Ryan Gosling?
Yes.
Okay. It's his childhood, his upbringing. You kind of watch him become an assassin. You realize that he doesn't really like what he's doing, but he has to get by, and that's the only way he can make good money.
Maybe he's been living on the streets.
Yeah.
And he maybe gets kind of like surrogate parent, teaches him his assassin ways.
Now, I think one of them should be human. Should Meryl Streep be a human queen, or should she be an elf queen? That's it. I'm not really given any more options. She's either a human or an elf.
Yeah, we're not putting her in full 2-hour makeup for her.
Yeah.
No, I think she should be human. Maybe he's an elf.
He's an elf. Okay.
That's good. They get bonus dexterity.
I was trying to think of all the D&D campaigns we've played and see if there is something we could pull from. But no, none that I could come up with. So he's an elf. So he's a little elf boy. Maybe there's we talk about a war in the elf kingdom. He's like a refugee in the human kingdom.
Yeah.
And that's how he lives on the streets. That's what you're seeing him go through.
Yeah, he's one step ahead of the bread line.
One jump ahead of the sword.
So to speak.
He steals only what he can.
Not affiliated with Disney at all.
We're not affiliated with Walt Disney Pictures. We have to put that in big bold print.
It's flashing on the screen. That song
Every moment that anything references Disney, we are not affiliated. We'll give a lot of people a lot of seizures. But if we warn them ahead of time... That's what we'll do before the movie starts. We'll flash seizure warning, seizure warning. Yeah. No, we'll put a proper sign out.
Well, it's not going to do that
because that would be a bad movie.
Yes.
Okay, so he's
a street rat. Grows up to be an assassin. That's pretty rough. I know.
That is pretty rough. It's hard to kind of.
Maybe he's not an assassin. Maybe he's a thief usually. Maybe he just gets an offer to steal something from the king. That way he's not a killer.
Thieves Guild
Boom.
Says, we've got a job.
Yeah.
He really wants to earn money, so he says, I'll take whatever. He doesn't care. He knows that the king and the queen are a little corrupt. They don't know how corrupt they are, so he's fine stealing from them.
Yes.
He
breaks in to steal King's crown or whatever, or something.
Gold,
doesn't matter.
Jewels. He
irrelevant.
Anything.
Maybe he probably doesn't even steal it because he walks in and sees the king with a knife in his chest.
The king is dead and he does not steal because he gets arrested.
And then guards come in. He's framed for it.
Yes.
Boom. Cut to jail.
Okay. This is where he meets
his dwarf friend.
A dwarf friend.
Who's there for punching a horse like Blazing Saddles.
Yeah, he jumps up and punches a horse. Or he either does that or he punches a Shetland pony. Like one of the small horses.
Okay, what could he actually be in for?
I don't know. What do dwarves do?
Like a bar fight or something.
Yeah. Okay, and then the third friend, what's his race? What's his fantasy race?
I think it's a human lady.
Okay.
Maybe she's got some magic or something that we've got.
She's a wizard.
We've got that dynamic.
We've got the DPS, we've got the tank, and we've got the wizard.
Yeah. We need the cleric. It's so hard to find someone to play the cleric.
That is true. Okay, so yeah, they're all in for various things.
Maybe they don't meet her yet.
Okay.
Maybe they meet
what
her
if
later.
Because she's a human, she works for the queen? Doesn't like the queen though.
Okay. Maybe she knows what actually happened and helps get him out.
She helps him escape.
Boom. Excellent work.
Yeah, she knows that the queen, or she knows that Schmebulok didn't kill The
That's
king.
not his name.
No, I just was trying to think of a fantasy
Placeholder.
name off the top of my head.
Shmebulok?
It's more of a dwarf name.
I wish we'd named Seth Rogen alien that.
Shmebulok. That would have been better. Okay. She knows that he didn't kill the king. She breaks him out. Cool magic scene. Like, she's blasting guards left and right as they're running away.
Yeah.
Non-lethal, of course.
Well, it is a crime movie.
Killing everyone. They explode into 1,000 gutty bits.
Just piles of ash.
Ryan Gosling.
I don't know. I'm just saying that I think we need to get back to crime a little bit.
Well, I think the fact that they're going to kill the queen that's certainly a crime. Maybe the killing isn't the plan, but she does end up dead. They're trying to overthrow her. So they realize that this royal family has been in power for too long, and they've just become more and more corrupt over time.
Yeah.
And
okay,
they're going to overthrow her. And they're like doing these break-ins and stuff. It's more like a revolutionary type crime thing. Where they're like signing petitions. No.
They work through the bureaucracy.
Yeah. They get through the red tape and overthrow the queen democratically.
It's a peaceful coup.
Yeah. She abdicates. No. They're like burning outposts, stuff like that. Okay. I mean, what would be in the middle?
Just some stuff.
Just maybe just like
fantasy shit.
Maybe there's
a dungeon and it has a dragon. I don't know.
Sick. Maybe the dwarf realizes that because Shmebulok isn't.
That's not his name. Stop saying it, or it's gonna be his name.
Okay, what's his name?
Shmebulok.
Did you say Shmebulok?
No, I tried to say whatever the hell you're saying.
Shmebulok.
No, I don't think that's right.
What if his name is Henry Winkler?
Why would that be his name? What if it's Goofy?
What if it's just Max Goof?
What if it's Mickey, Donald, and Goofy?
Anytime they reference him, we are not affiliated with Walt Disney Pictures.
Yeah, it flashes on the screen again.
Yeah.
No, I don't think Shmebulok is right.
No, not at all.
No.
Not at all.
Not that one. Maybe his name's like...
I'm looking up elf name generator. Elran.
Elron?
Elron Hubbard, creator of Scientology. We are not affiliated with Scientology.
Scientology or Disney.
Now this one's just Errik, but with an extra R.
I think that's perfect.
This is a fantasy name. It has two R's. Smoke and mirrors.
It's very fantasy.
Errik. Smoke and mirrors. Does that mean in the fantasy world the people whose names are Aaron but with two A's is a fantasy name?
Yes.
Okay, good. Errik. Okay, it's Errik. Errik.
And then it's Grumpy for the dwarf.
No, the dwarf's name is Shmebulok. They just call him Shmeb, though.
Shmeb.
I kind of like
Fine.
Shmeb.
Shmeb's good.
Maybe not Shmebulok. Maybe his last name is Ulok.
Ulok.
I'm Shmeb Ulok. Shmeb.
Okay,
so we've got Errik.
Shmeb's fine.
Errik, Shmeb, and like...
This sounds like a D&D group.
Yeah. Errik, Shmeb, and...
Fart Lord.
That's a great name
really
for
got a
our
D&D
human
group.
door. or our human wizard.
Yeah.
Errik Schmeb.
What's just like a lady name? Susan.
Okay, so yeah, Susan. Something like that.
We're not doing Susan again. That was a joke.
Oh.
I say that every time, and we always go, yeah, Susan's fine.
Susan's fine. Okay, Helen. No, that's bad.
I mean, what's it matter?
What's like a good
Hermione.
Elizabeth. What did you say?
Hermione.
Hermione. We are not affiliated with Harry Potter.
Hermione Ginger.
Different enough. They won't come after us.
What did you say?
Elizabeth.
That's fine.
Okay, that's medieval.
Sure.
So we've got Elizabeth, Schmeb, and Errik.
What's the queen's name?
Susan. Queen Margaret. Queen Margaret.
Sure.
Queen
No, that's fine. Let's go with it.
Sophia. I don't think we've...
Sure.
we definitely haven't done a Sophia.
Haven't used that.
Okay,
I wish Estelle Getty was still with us to play this role.
Rest in peace. Rest in peace. Okay, so we've got Queen Sophia in the House of Tudor. And then we've got Errik, Schmeb, and the other one.
Elizabeth. Fart Lord.
It's going to be hard to remember her name because it's just regular.
Yeah, it's a regular name. Well, Eric's a regular name.
No, it's fantasy. It's got 2 R's.
It's a fantasy name, okay?
It's got 2 R's. I can remember that. Okay.
They do some fantasy bullshit in the middle.
Schmeb says, you're not a fighter, are you? So there's like a training
Apropos of nothing. He just says that.
Well, like on their escape, he notices because Ryan Gosling isn't very good at holding a sword
Errik.
or something. Oh yeah, sorry, Errik. Errik isn't very good at holding a sword or anything. So Schmeb says, they're talking about like, we've had enough of Queen Sophia. It's time to overthrow her. Schmeb
this is going to be a great movie.
Schmeb says, well, it's going to be like the Warcraft movie. Lots of hype, and then it's going to suck ass.
It's going to be like the actual Dungeons & Dragons movie.
I didn't even know that existed.
You didn't know that existed?
Nope.
I think it has Jeremy Irons in it. Jeremy Irons.
Poor guy. Everyone's going to be like, there's a dwarf named Schmeb in this movie? Hell yes. And then they're going to see it, and they're going to say...
Sign me the fuck up.
And they're going to say...
No, what they actually say is, another Goofy movie? Hell yeah.
Yes. So yeah, there's like a training montage.
There's a whole bunch of bullshit.
How's
this movie end?
They do the coup. The good guys don't lose.
Yeah, I know.
That makes everyone feel shitty when that happens. I used to always want that to happen. Like I was like, I wish that just like for the hell of it, the good guys lost. And I saw Rogue One, a Star Wars story, and I was like,
they did win though.
I mean, technically, if you think about it, yes. If you were to watch that movie like without seeing any other Star Wars movie, you'd be like, all of these main characters just fucking died,
and you would. They know they're not important.
Yeah, that's true. But I just felt really shitty, so they have to win.
Okay, they win. They overthrow her.
Yeah,
they overthrow her off the balcony.
Well, maybe it's like the end of the Hunger Games movies where Errik shoots an arrow into someone else, and then a crowd comes and tears Queen Sophia apart, literally.
I mean, sure.
No, they overthrow her. I mean,
yeah, we already said it.
Yeah, I
just wanted to know concretely what happens in the end.
Okay. Public execution. Marie Antoinette style. Yeah, guillotine.
Let them eat cake.
She says that at one point. And her hair's like styled as a boat because Marie Antoinette did that.
Really? That's crazy.
Yeah. This movie sucks in comparison to Just in Time.
It does. I already know which one would get made.
I'm sorry for If I could have told this movie beforehand, look, you're following just in time. You're following Marie Curie is very
just
curious.
Keep your hands up. Try not to get too.
Don't get hit too much.
Hits.
Take a dive in the first round. Is what I'd say to it. But yeah, what's a title for this? I don't fucking know.
Errik.
Errik of.
What if it's like, I don't know, fantasy crime?
This movie sucks, so it doesn't really matter. And I know people are. I'm. If I were a listener, I would say, well, they didn't really even try for the second movie. They just kind of gave up halfway through when they realized that they didn't have anything for it.
We did try. We're trying. Don't say that.
So I might be upset, but after I heard Marie Curie is very curious, I think it would be all downhill from there anyway.
That's a beautiful part of a song.
I just like something pretty generic, like Errik of Malthenorn.
Sure,
that's something at least. It sounds mysterious. Where's Malthenorn, and why is he from there?
Why does the Errik have 2 R's in it?
Why is it E-R-R-I-K?
I've never seen a name like that before.
Yeah, that's the second movie. Jesus.
Yeah,
okay,
we all know which one's getting made.
Let's save that for the end. Let's put these movies head to head real quick.
Just in time. When aged physicist Dr. Michaels, Christopher Walken, invents a time machine, his old student Justin, Chris Hemsworth, is the first to help test it out. But Dr. Michaels has a plan to change the past. Don't be late for this sci-fi musical hit of the summer.
Nice. Good reading.
Yeah, great. We didn't have to do multiple takes.
Don't worry about it. It's been cut. Okay. Shut up. It's time for mine. Errik of Malthenorn. In the faraway kingdom of Malthenorn, the evil Queen Sophia, Meryl Streep, rules with fear when she backstabs an elven thief, Errik, Ryan Gosling, by framing him for a crime he didn't commit. Now it is time for him to get his revenge. Put a little twang on it.
Yeah, I noticed that.
A little stank
on it.
Yeah.
Which of these is getting made?
Don't even fucking ask me that question. We really just said, you know what? We'll let... This is what we'll do. Errik of Malthenorn, I know that we've gotten past the movie making part, but this is what we'll do. Errik of Malthenorn is just going to be a 45-minute movie.
Oh. Well, I thought you were about to say, what if we get fan involvement? How about you guys finish the movie?
You finish it for us.
We got the first part.
That's basically what I was going to say. I was going to say Errik of Malthenorn is a 45-minute movie, and then the audience chooses what happens next.
And then you guys come up with what you feel would be most appropriate.
Yeah, it's open.
Let us know
to
about
you.
it.
Just in Time is definitely getting made. It's ridiculous.
Unless your movie's
great
really good
songs,
that you come up with.
And unless Errik of Malthenorn has just like a great ending.
I mean, I was crying and weeping during the janitor song.
By the end of the janitor song, I had mascara running down my face.
Oh, and the reprise. I was still crying from the first one.
I was howling.
I thought I was going to die.
Yeah.
But that's the show.
Yeah, that's it for the elevator pitch. Of course, we're going to leave it up to you, huh?
Sounds like you were saying, like, that's the end. We're done.
That's it. That's the end. We're done with this show. No, but we are leaving it up to you at home. You get to pick which movie is better. And, of course, go check out our posters. We create posters for each of the movies we make. And you can cast your vote on social media. You can find us on Twitter and Instagram at TEP_pod. Like I said at the beginning, tell your friends about us. And, of course, if you would like to, we would appreciate it. Leave a review and tell us how you like the show. And we will see you next time. Goodbye.
Goodbye.